Hello, I will be talking about physical castration as a punishment against convicted rapists. I believe this is a very just punishment. It isn't death, as usually sometimes convicted rapists, depending on their severity, can get the death penalty as a punishment depending on which state they are in and which country and depending on those factors. I believe that this is very just because the acts that these criminals are committing are very awful, disgusting, and just purely evil. I think it is a just punishment because it is not death, like I said. Death is you're not living anymore. But with physical castration, the convicted offender can still live their life with minimal health repercussions. Like, without the testicles, there would be some lack production of testosterone, but there is medical ways and there's shots that these people can have after they are out of prison or out after they're serving their time. They can start testosterone shots and they can still live their life perfectly fine. With the testicles being removed from physical castration as punishment, it is very deterrent. The offender will most likely not commit this crime again, and they won't want to because they really can't do anything. I don't believe it violates ethical standards because, one, we use the death penalty as a form of punishment, so it's not considered cruel and unusual in my opinion. I believe that it does not violate the 8th Amendment at all. It is just and right. It gives the victim justice and it lets this person still live their life, but they just can't do what they want to do anymore. It'll most likely deter them from ever committing this crime again, but they could still commit this crime, but it is very likely to deter them. I know that recently in Italy, it just passed in their law area that legislation passed that they are allowed to use physical castration as a form of punishment for rapists. Well, it's actually chemical castration, which they would be using a shot that would lead the testicles to die and just fall off naturally. It is more painful. For example, if we did physical castration, the offender would most likely be put under anesthesia, or they wouldn't be awake, so it would be not painful. Just the stage of healing would be painful, but that is it. That is all that would be the painful part. But yes, I do believe this is a very just and fitting punishment for rapists. Victims have lots of suffering and lots of trauma from what happens to them, and them knowing that they got served justice by their rapists having this procedure done to them, I believe it is a win-win for both the victim and the justice side. It really is. So I believe that this is a very just punishment for rapists. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.